Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature that's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, man. Good day to you, beautiful people. Thanks so much for joining us here today on our episode of the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put it in the book, and we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified global financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, you should study wealthy people. Well, you can find that book by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com. That's right, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. Today's episode is being sponsored by the Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, also Black art-inspired gifts. You can shop Black and get some pretty cool stuff for your house by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Shop Black, buy Black, all that good stuff with us. This weekend is Friday. Why not? It's Saturday, actually. But we're going to continue our journey into the book Atomic Habits. This book is a book which is an easy and proven way to build good habits and to break bad ones. And today we're going to be talking about how to stop procrastinating. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm the person saying, you know what, I got to stop. I got a procrastination list. I literally do. I have a procrastination list. It's like, here's the stuff that I don't necessarily want to do, but I know it needs to get done. And it just keeps lingering on day after day, day after day, day after day. How many guys got a procrastination list? Now, I got a to-do list too, but for some reason, the stuff that's on my procrastination list never seems to get on my to-do list. I don't know why. I think it's on the to-do at some point in time list. But anyway, in this book, it says, hey, we're going to be in chapter 13, how to stop procrastinating by using the 2-minute rule. So hopefully this will be beneficial, not only to myself, but to you as well. The New Black Wall Street Book Club. Short today, man. Hang in with us here today. While you guys are connecting, let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country. Say hello to a brother that is, trying to educate his community so we can get out of our rut. Go ahead and put something in the comments below that really helps the algorithm so we can reach more people who may need to stop procrastinating as well. Hello to you over at Instagram. New Black Wall Street Book Club. Let's read. Twyla Tharp is widely regarded as one of the greatest dancers and choreographers of the modern era. In 1992, she was awarded the MacArthur Fellowship, often referred to as a Genius Grant, and she has spent the bulk of her career touring the globe to perform her original works. She also credits much of her success to simple daily habits. Everybody put in console hashtag simple daily habits. What's going on, Miss Graham? How are you? Out of Bennettsville, South Carolina. I begin each day of my life with a ritual, she writes. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, put on my workout clothes, my leg warmers, my sweatshirt, my hat. I walk outside my Manhattan home, hail a taxi, and tell the driver to take me to the Pumping Iron Gym at 91st Street and 1st Avenue, where I work out for 2 hours. The ritual is not the stretching and the weight training I put my body through each morning at the gym. The ritual is the cab. The moment I tell the driver where to go, I have completed the ritual. It's a simple act, but doing it the same way each morning habitualizes it, makes it repeatable, easy to do. It reduces the chance that I will skip it or do it differently. It is one more item in my arsenal of routines and one less thing to think about. Now, I'll tell you, this morning, I walk every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, I walk Monday through Friday, right? So I thought. But my body said this morning, get up and go walking. And as I listened to my body, it was basically saying, hey, don't skip a day. Everybody put in the console, don't skip a day. Don't skip a day. Don't let it, just because it's Saturday, mean that you don't walk today, right? My body was just saying, don't skip a day, because my body knows me. If I skip a day, that might turn into skipping a week, which may turn into skipping a month, which may turn into skipping a year. So my body knows me better than I know myself and say, hey, get up and go walk. So I went and walk today. I'll also go walk tomorrow. I mean, why not? Walking is good for me. It's good for my body. It's good for my health. And if it's good for me, why not look forward to doing it? So I'll be walking every day, right? A simple habit. I don't even have to think about it. Just get up, go walk in 7 o'clock. That's what I'm going to do. Hailing a cab each morning may be a tiny action, but it is a splendid example of the third law of behavior change, which is to, the third law, in case you guys haven't been following us, is to make it easy, I believe. Let me go make sure. Yeah, making it easy. Researchers estimate that 40 to 50% of our actions on any given day are done out of habit. That is already a substantial percentage, but the true influence of your habits is even greater than these numbers suggest. Habits are automatic choices that influence the conscious decisions that follow. Yes, a habit can be completed in just a few seconds, but it can also shape the actions that you take for minutes or hours afterward. Habits are like the entrance ramp to a highway. They lead you down a path, and before you know it, you're speeding toward the next behavior. It seems to be easier to continue what you are already doing than to start doing something different. Let me repeat that again for the people in the back. It seems to be easier to continue what you're already doing than to start doing something different. How many guys that are joining us here live or on the replay, you realize that you may have been talking about starting something new, doing something different, and you may have been talking about it for days, weeks, months, or years. But you haven't started doing that something different because it's easier to keep doing what you already been doing. And if you keep doing what you already been doing, we know you're going to keep getting what you already been getting. Now, here's the question. Do you like what you've been getting? So we're talking about behavior change. Now, every behavior that we have, beautiful people, is not, we don't need to change. We do have some good behaviors, but we also recognize some behaviors in our life that are bad, that are not leading us towards where we want to go, not leading us to the life that we want to live, and we know we must change them. The question is how? The question also may be when. At some point, we decide that today that enough is enough. Today is the day, whatever the case may be. You sit through a bad movie for 2 hours. You keep snacking even when you're already full. You check your phone for just a second, and soon you'll spend 20 minutes staring at the screen. In this way, the habits you follow without thinking often determine the choices you make when you are thinking. Each evening, there's a tiny moment, usually around 5:15 p.m., that shapes the rest of my night. My wife walks in the door from work, and either we change into our workout clothes, we head to the gym, or we crash out on the couch, order Indian food, and watch The Office. Similar to Twyla Tharp hailing the cab, the ritual is changing into my workout clothes. Everybody put in comments on the ritual. The ritual is changing into my workout clothes. If I change clothes, I know the workout will happen. Everything that follows, driving to the gym, deciding which exercise to do, stepping under the bar, is easy once I've taken the first step. Everybody put in console, take the first step. Notice he's saying that, hey, just me changing into my workout clothes will lead me into doing all the other things, right, as far as working out. But if my wife comes home and we don't change into our workout clothes, we ain't going to the gym. So it's like a catalyst that starts this behavior. Every day, there are a handful of moments that deliver an outsized impact. I refer to these little choices as decisive moments. The moment you decide between ordering takeout or cooking dinner. The moment you choose between driving your car or riding your bike. The moment you decide between starting your homework or grabbing a video game controller. These choices are a fork in the road. Decisive moments set the options available to your future self. For instance, walking to a restaurant is a decisive moment before it determines what you'll be eating for lunch. Technically, you are in control of what you order, but in a larger sense, you can only order an item if it is on the menu. If you walk into a steakhouse, you can get a sirloin or ribeye, but not sushi. Your options are constrained by what's available. They are shaped by the first choice. We are limited by where our habits lead us. This is why mastering the decisive moments throughout your day is so important. Each day is made up of many moments, but it is really a few habitual choices that determines the path you take. These little choices stack up, each one setting the trajectory for how you spend the next chunk of time. Habits are the entry point, not the end point. They are the cab, not the gym. So let's talk about this 2-minute rule, as it looks like the author is going to be sharing with us some decisive moments, guys. Hang in with us about 10 more minutes and we'll be done. The 2-minute rule. Everybody put in the console 2 minutes. The 2-minute rule. Even when you know you should start small, it's easy to start too big. When you dream about making a change, excitement inevitably takes over and you end up trying to do too much too soon. The most effective way I know to counteract this tendency is to use the 2-minute rule, which states, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. You'll find that nearly any habit can be scaled down into a 2-minute version. For example, if the habit is read before bed each night, becomes read 1 page. If the habit is do 30 minutes of yoga, doing 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out your yoga mat. Study for class may become open my notes. Fold the laundry becomes fold 1 pair of socks. Run 3 miles becomes tie my running shoes. The idea is to make your habits as easy as possible to start. Everybody put in the console, make it easy. Anyone can meditate for 1 minute or read 1 page or put 1 item of clothing away. And as we have just discussed, this is a powerful strategy because once you started doing the right thing, it is much easier to continue doing it. Now, I want you to think about something because I don't know about you. There's some habits, I want to implement into my life. Let's just say, for example, folding the laundry. I'll wash the clothes. I'll put it in the dryer. But for some reason, getting it out of the dryer, I'll take it out of the dryer, put it into the basket. But for some reason, when it comes to taking it out of the basket and folding the clothes, I just don't have that habit yet. But I do know that if I fold 1 shirt out of that basket, I'll fold the rest of the shirts. I know if I fold 1 towel out of that basket, I'll fold the rest of it. I'm not going to start it and not empty the basket. But the thing is getting started. This is making much sense. A new habit should not feel like a challenge. The actions that follow can be challenging, but the first 2 minutes should be easy. What you want is a gateway habit that naturally leads you to do a more productive path. You can usually figure out the gateway habits that lead to your desired outcome by mapping out your goals on a scale from very easy to very hard. For instance, running a marathon is very hard. Running a 5K is hard. Walking 10,000 steps is moderately difficult. Walking 10 minutes is easy. And putting on your running shoes is very easy. Your goal might be to run a marathon, but your gateway habit is to put on your running shoes. That's how you follow the 2-minute rule. Give you an example here. Very easy, putting on your running shoes. Easy, walking 10 minutes. Moderate, walking 10,000 steps, so on and so on. Very easy, writing 1 sentence. Easy, writing 1 paragraph. Moderate, writing 1,000 words. Kind of hard, writing a book. Easy, open your notes. Very easy, open your notes. Easy, study for 10 minutes. Moderate, study for 3 hours. Very hard, earn your PhD. So I guess what he's saying is think about where it begins or where it starts and make the starting point of this habit, the starting point of this new good habit that you know that you want to accomplish, that you want to do, that's attracted to you, and also is something that you want to do. Make it easy. People often think it's weird to get hyped about reading 1 page or meditating for 1 minute or making 1 sales call, but the point is not to do one thing. The point is to master the habit of showing up. Everybody put in the console, show up. The point is to master the habit of showing up. Wow. The truth is a habit must be established before it can be improved. If you can't learn the basic skill of showing up, then you have little hope of mastering the finer details. Instead of trying to engineer a perfect habit from the start, do the easy thing on a more consistent basis. You have to standardize before you can optimize. As you master the art of showing up, the first 2, let me talk about this showing up. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur, right? What will happen if I don't show up when it comes to my advertising and marketing of my business? And I got to show up every day. Every day, I've just made a commitment. Every day, I'm going to post something to show people what we have to sell, show people what we have to offer. What if I didn't show up? What if I didn't show up? I definitely wouldn't be selling much. I can tell you that. I definitely tell you I'd be out of business real fast if I didn't just show up. And let me tell you something. Sometimes just by showing up, you never know who might see what it is that we selling. And then of the people who do see it, you never know who might decide to buy it that day or buy it tomorrow. Simply by showing up. I'm telling you, showing up is half the battle. What to say? Half of the battle is showing up. Now you put yourself at a great advantage over a lot of people, probably 90% of the people in this world, because they simply won't show up. Matter of fact, we had a mastermind meeting on Friday. This is a business mastermind. We do this in one of my groups. And we did it on Friday, and nobody showed up but me. Guess what? I still had the meeting. Okay. I want to talk about business. I want to talk about what we got going on, what we can do better, where we are. And I was having a meeting by myself. I showed up. Now I'm going to reschedule the meeting. We're going to do it again on Tuesday, right? For those that want to build business and understand how important it is to get with other like-minded people so you can bounce off ideas with each other, because you ain't thinking about everything that you need to be thinking about. And somebody else got the answer to your problem, but you won't connect with those people. That's for another conversation. So we're going to do it again on Tuesday. And guess what's going to happen? What's going to happen is I'm going to have a meeting, right? And whoever show up, they show up, but I'm going to be there. Show up. Wow. As you master the art of showing up, the first 2 minutes simply become a ritual at the beginning of a larger routine. This is not merely a hack to make habits easier, but actually the ideal way to master a difficult skill. Everybody putting down, so master. The more you ritualize the beginning of a process, the more likely it becomes that you can slip into the state of deep focus that is required to do great things. By doing the same warm-up before every workout, you make it easier to get into a state of peak performance. By following the same creative ritual, you make it easier to get into the hard work of creating. By developing a consistent power down habit, you make it easier to get to bed at a reasonable time each night. You may not be able to automate the whole process, but you can make the first actions mindless. Make it easy to start, and the rest will follow. Put that in the comments below. Make it easy to start, and the rest will follow. I'd love to know, for those that are joining us here live or may catch the replay, what is it that it's been painstakingly hard for you to start? There's been some habit or some goal or some dream or some aspiration, and for some reason in your mind, you're making it difficult. Let me tell you something. I did it on Thursday. It happened on Thursday for me. On Thursday, I decided that I was going to, instead of bulk advertise, which is like take one item and 10 different items that are alike and put it into one post or one advertisement, I decided to list those advertisements individually. That way, when an individual sees that picture, they see that picture versus expecting the customer to go and then scroll through all the other pictures, because I know how people are. Now, in my mind, I was like, this is going to take too long. In my mind, I was like, this is just too tedious and all that stuff, right? But I showed up and I got started. And when I got started, I found a little process that works for me. I was done listing about 25 items individually in about 15 minutes. Now, my mind said it's going to take an hour. My mind said, man, block out 2 hours. But I got it done in about 15 to 20 minutes, which left me about an hour and 40 minutes to start working on something else. But you now told me that my mind be playing tricks on me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? My mind tries to take into account all these other factors other than just simply getting it done, son. Right? Make it easy to start, and the rest will follow. The 2-minute rule can seem like a trick to some people. You know that the real goal is to do more than just 2 minutes. So it may feel like you're trying to fool yourself. Nobody's actually aspiring to read one page or to do one push-up or to open their notes. And if you know it's a mental trick, why would you fall for it? If the 2-minute rule feels forced, try this. Do it for 2 minutes and then stop. Go for a run, but you must stop after 2 minutes. Start meditating, but you must stop after 2 minutes. Study Arabic, but you must stop after 2 minutes. It's not a strategy for starting. It's the whole thing. Your habit can only last 120 seconds. Now, one of my readers used this strategy to lose over 100 pounds. In the beginning, he went to the gym each day, but he told himself he wasn't allowed to stay for more than 5 minutes. He would go to the gym, exercise for 5 minutes, and leave as soon as his time was up. After a few weeks, he looked around and thought, well, I'm always coming here anyway. I might as well start staying a little longer. A few years later, the weight was gone. Journaling provides another example. Nearly everyone can benefit from getting their thoughts out of their head and onto paper. But most people give up after a few days or avoid it entirely because journaling seems like a chore. The secret is to always stay below the point where it feels like work. Greg McKeon, a leadership consultant from the United Kingdom, built a daily journaling habit by specifically writing less than he felt like. He always stopped journaling before it seemed like a hassle. Ernest Hemingway believed in similar advice for any kind of writing. The best way is to always stop when you are going good, he said. Hey, TB Money said, we convince ourselves that the things we don't want to do are difficult. I know, right? We done a good job of fooling ourselves. Strategies like this work for another reason too. They reinforce the identity you want to build. If you show up at the gym 5 days in a row, even if it's just for 2 minutes, you're casting votes for your new identity. You're not worried about getting in shape. You're focused on becoming the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. You're taking the smallest action that confirms the type of person you want to be. And that's a great question to ask you guys here right now. Who are you becoming? And who do you want to become? We rarely think about change this way because everyone is consumed by the end goal. But one push-up is better than not exercising. 1 minute of guitar practice is better than none at all. 1 minute of reading is better than never picking up a book. It's better to do less than you hope than to do nothing at all. It's better to do less than you hoped than to do nothing at all. Let me repeat that again because that was just so powerful. It's better to do less than you had hoped than to do nothing at all. At some point, once you've established the habit and you're showing up each day, you can combine the 2-minute rule with a technique that we call habit shaping to scale your habit back up towards your ultimate goal. Everybody put in console, habit shaping. To scale your habit back up towards your ultimate goal. Start by mastering the first 2 minutes of the smallest version of the behavior. Then advance to an intermediary step and repeat the process. Focus on just the first 2 minutes and mastering that stage before moving on to the next level. Eventually, you'll end up with the habit you had originally hoped to build while still keeping your focus where it should be, on the first 2 minutes of the behavior. Nearly any larger life goal can be transformed into a 2-minute behavior. I want to live a healthy and long life. I need to stay in shape. I need to exercise. I need to change into my workout clothes. I want to have a happy marriage. I need to be a good partner. I should do something each day to make my partner's life easier. I should meal plan for next week. We can break it down. Everybody put in console, break it down. So that we can make the beginning, or we can make the start of that thing easy. Whenever you're struggling to stick with a habit, you can employ the 2-minute rule. It's a simple way to make your habits easy. It's a simple way. Is this making any sense to anybody? This book is phenomenal, by the way. Again, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This makes so much sense to me. Sometimes it's just got to be broken down for us to conceptualize it in a much better manner. Here is our summary from what we have captured today, the highlights that you want to take with you as you move about in your day, and you may implement some of these things to help you to stop procrastinating. Procrastination is deadly. I believe procrastination is more deadly than COVID. You know what I'm saying? So many people, like, that's the thing. Oh, I'm procrastination. It's so sickly. Point number 1. Habits can be contemplated in a few seconds, but continue to impact your behavior for minutes or hours afterward. Point number 2. Many habits occur at decisive moments, choices that are like a fork in the road, and either send you in the direction of a productive day or an unproductive one. Point number 3, the 2-minute rule states when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Point number 4, the more you ritualize the beginning of a process, the more likely it becomes that you can slip into the state of deep focus that is required to do great things. And point number 5, standardize before you optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. Standardize before you optimize. In the comments below, I'd love for you to share a habit that you are looking to start. This is a good habit. These are things that we know we should do, that we probably haven't done, or something that you're looking to improve. We're talking about a good habit that you want to implement or improve in your life. Okay? Implement or improve in your life. As you guys type that, I'm going to share with you guys the first 3 laws of habit change. This is how to build good habits and how to break bad ones. Number 1, you make it obvious. You make the good habits obvious and you make the bad habits invisible. See, the things that you can see, right? See, the video game, for example, if I just have a video game on my phone, I'm going to be thinking about playing it and I'm going to play it. For me, that's a bad habit because the video game turns not into 30 minutes, but 3 hours. That's 3 hours of my time that then went away that I could have been focused on something productive for the businesses that I'm building. So I had to make it invisible. Here's what I did. I deleted the game apps off my phone. I replaced those game apps I replaced it with The Secret of Money, which is basically affirmations of wealth and stuff like that I get every day. And I replaced it. What else? I got another new app that I replaced it with. And I'm making those obvious. And I'm making my game apps invisible, right? And it's not wrong with playing a video game. It's just not good for me at this point because it turns into 3 hours, okay? The second law was to make it attractive. You know, the things that you want to add into your life. For example, we just started walking every day, 7 o'clock in the morning every day. It's good for my health. It's good for my wealth. It's good for my mentality. So I had to make it attractive. How did I make it attractive? By connecting with other people, and we walk together. So now we're able to look at each other, walk together, and encourage each other. And I'm not doing it by myself. That's attractive to me, right? And the things that we don't want in our life, we make them unattractive. We make them ugly, some way, some form, somehow. Okay. And then the third law that we're in now is to make it easy, right? To make the good habits that you want to begin or to improve or start, make it easy. So you say, Shamira says she likes to read, right? Books way more. I like to read analog books way more often. Well, hey, one of those ways is to tune in here every day. I go on about 8 o'clock every day to tune in or to catch the replay, right? Because if you hear me reading, it may encourage you to start reading. And this might be a book that you pick up. And we could be what? Reading together. So that's a way that you can make that easy. Hey, I'm going to just hop on my phone, check out what's going on, ERGJ page. Let me catch the latest video. Boom, bam. I had a brother tell me yesterday, 2 days ago, he said, because he gave me some services. And I was asking him how much I need to pay. All right. So, because I don't like to do nothing. I don't believe in doing nothing for free. You know what he said to me? He said, hey, man, don't worry about paying nothing. He said the stuff that you do on your Instagram, right? I use that as my audio book. So that's been helping me to do what I do in business, and that's your payment. And it ain't too many people that tune into this stuff, but it don't matter about the quantity. What it matters is the people who do show up, right? Because they saying this is what they're looking for. And I understand that I'm looking for people who are looking for me. And I believe, and we've been told all our life that leaders are readers. And so we're going to keep reading these great quality books that makes a difference in our life, that helps us live our best and blessed life. That's just what it is, because Stone Cold said so. So yes, great, fam. I'm glad I was able to help you add a book to your list. I got some more books coming. I got all 4 volumes of Robert Greene's books coming in. The 48 Laws of Power. I think it's called Seduction. He got 2 more, the Laws of Nature. I'll be adding that to our list. We'll be doing that once we get through with this. I got another book called The Compound Effect. This is compounding your efforts to 10x, 5x, 10x, and all that stuff, man. So I'll be sharing. I'm just going to share my journey with those who want to take their life to another level, take their business to another level, and we're just going to do it together. Well, I want to say thanks so much for tuning in today's episode of the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, and we absolutely will find it. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we really need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, I want you to stop procrastinating and get it done, son. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street Book Club.
you.